Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Hey there, Four States. This is Luke Taylor. Welcome to another edition of This Week in Crowder College. Today we're going to have with us the Director of Public Information for Crowder and the lady who knows all things Crowder. It's Cindy Brown. And Cindy, thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so here we are on the verge of another commencement ceremony here for Crowder College. Another semester is wrapping up. They seem to go by so quick, but what's in store for us this year?
You know, we've got nearly 300 students who've applied to graduate this fall semester, and those students would be, anything from our Neosho and Cassville nursing programs, our OTA program, general studies, teacher ed, and everything in between. Everybody with a degree or certificate that wants to participate can participate in the commencement ceremonies. Maybe not everybody participates in that, but they still get to graduate even if they don't participate. So we're looking forward to it. We'll have nursing commencement ceremony on Friday night, December 12th at 7 p.m. in Bob Sneller Gymnasium here on the Neosho campus. And then Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, we'll have all the other degrees, same location.
Okay, and one of the special things Crowder does is you often try to have a student who's the commencement speaker, and is that what you're doing this time as well?
Yes, we actually have a student. Her name is Gina Engler, and she's from Mount Vernon. Gina is graduating with her Associate of Arts in Teaching. She actually she's been a paraprofessional for some time, and so she's teaching and going to school and going to continue on to complete her bachelor's degree in education. So we're so excited to have her. She's really an ambitious lady, and I think it'll be a great speech. I think if I remember right, maybe you were in one of these?
Oh, yeah, I was the commencement speaker back whenever I graduated.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and that was a good memory, and that is a special thing because not all colleges let one of the students actually be a speaker, so that I think that's really special for all the graduating class that they get to hear from someone who's part of their group.
I think a couple of things we do that I think make it special is, one, it doesn't last for multiple hours. You can plan on it being an hour, a little over, depending on how many students decide to walk. And I think that's important because, this day is all about them. We want to celebrate them but we also want them to be able to spend time with their family and friends and celebrate their accomplishment. Mm-hmm. But the student speaker, and I've been here now 19 years, and what's really cool is majority of the time it has been a student speaker. We have had outside speakers before, but majority of the time, and the student speakers, what's neat about it is they are nominated by faculty and staff, and then they actually write their speech, and then we have a committee that votes. And so it's really it is a
collaborative effort that there's a lot of people making sure that it turns out all right because these are students, so they might not always be. I remember for me, I was not experienced really with giving speeches outside of a speech class. So you all work together with them and make sure that it's polished and ready to go. And so it does make a good memory. How many students did you say are graduating this year?
Well, we have nearly 300 applications in for students, and that's just students, not counting. Some of them have multiple certificates or degrees. So, and they continue to keep coming in. Now, we always you're actually supposed to apply this semester before you graduate so that we make sure you're taking the appropriate classes that semester. But there are some of our certificate programs that are short, 1 semester things and stuff, and we want to celebrate their accomplishment as well. So they're still applying to come in. So I think we'll see, probably 300 plus students graduate this fall. We have a goal for the year, summer, fall, and spring, so spring of next year, of 842. And that's part of our vision statement is changing lives and strengthening communities one student at a time. And we wanted to do one more than we did last year. So we had 841 last year. We want to do 842. And so, we're well on our way. We had 87 graduates in the summer. Fall is always not a really big group, but it will be decent size. Spring is always bigger, obviously, just because the way semesters play out.
Yeah.
But so excited to have it. And yes, you're right. This semester has flown by. It seems like we just started, but move-in day, first day of classes, and commencement or graduation are my favorite times of the year because they're happy times. They're exciting. You get to meet family and friends and the support group behind the students, and it's just a day where you can't do anything but celebrate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, for just anyone out there listening, these commencements come along every semester, and the semesters do go by quick. And so, if someone out there is thinking, I could put a couple years into, doing something different with my life, enrollment is already opened up for the next semester.
Yes,
for the spring.
For spring.
Yeah.
Spring enrollment is open now to anyone, and our classes start January 20th, which is not very far away. Hard to believe already.
Right.
But we not only have that going on, but we're excited to be moving into our new larger facility in Joplin at the Advanced Training and Workforce Center. So we'll have that as well. And those programs are very short term, get you into a career, get you into the workforce quickly.
Uh-huh.
So, you don't even have to do the 2 years. You can start in a much quicker time.
Yeah, so there's going to be even more options for those who are more in the Joplin area. But so that we hope people will check that out, crowder.edu, if you want to find out what opportunities are available. And we've been speaking today with Cindy Brown. And hey, Cindy, thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Luke.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.